I support action that works to change the behaviour of young people who get into trouble. I do not support 13-year-olds being branded as criminals for the rest of their lives for mistakes in their childhood. From everything the Government has said, the First Minister will next week instruct her MSPs to vote against our amendment to raise the age of criminal responsibility to 14 years old. Is that true?
First Minister.
Well, this is under consideration. We have, as Willie Rennie knows, we have proposed raising the age of criminal responsibility from 8 to 12. I know there are others across the chamber who think that should go. There are some across the chamber who think that goes too far. There are others who think it should go further to 14. These are legitimate debates to have, and we will continue to listen to the views and the evidence that's brought forward. There are not just issues in principle in the decision between 12 and 14. There will also be practical issues in terms of the sheer volume of cases that would be affected by that. This is something that the Education Secretary is looking carefully at. It's something I and the Cabinet will continue to look carefully at. We think at the moment our balanced judgment is that 12 at this stage is the right age, but of course we remain open to hearing views and opinions from Willie Rennie and from others.
Willie Rennie.
That is incredibly disappointing. The First Minister better make up her mind pretty soon, because it's before the committee next week. Scotland's Children's Commissioner said this week that Scotland is failing children and falling far behind international standards. Scotland will be behind those bastions of human rights, Russia and China. United Nations and the European Commissioner for Human Rights have pleaded with the Scottish Government to see sense. Just last year, Nicola Sturgeon claimed Scotland would be a world leader on human rights. But the First Minister should know you cannot lead the world from the back of the pack. Will, therefore, she think again? Will she raise the age of criminal responsibility to 14? Or will she stand isolated in the world on human rights?
First Minister.
Well, actually, I don't think Willie Rennie does much justice, pardon the pun, to his own arguments here, because it completely misrepresents and mischaracterises the overall way in which Scotland deals with young people who commit offences. I spent Monday afternoon this week visiting a secure unit, Kibble secure unit, seeing for myself how we deal with young people, either on welfare grounds who have committed offences, and been told by the staff there that in the broader sense, Scotland is actually seen as a world leader in how we deal with young people who offend. The age of criminal responsibility is important, but the overall way in which we deal with young people in the system is what is really important. Now, in terms of the decision about 12 or 14, I'll simply point out that when we consulted on this, I think 88% of respondents in the consultation were in favour of the age of 12. But we will continue to listen. And I think the Lord Advocate gave evidence to the committee at stage 2, and what he said then is one of the considerations we require to take account of, and it's a practical as well as a principled consideration. If we are to move to a higher age, we have to have confidence that the responses that are available in the children's hearing system are sufficient for any case, even the gravest of cases. So this is an important and serious and at times quite sensitive issue, and I would simply appeal to those across the chamber who have different views in both directions. Let's all be grown up about how we deal with this and actually treat the issues with the respect they deserve.